Welcome back, students. So let us continue with the topic, that is the new topic we have to learn, that is insulating materials. So what is meant by insulating materials? So the insulating material is nothing but they are not allowing the current to flow through that one, correct? Not allowing the currents to flow through them, or you can say that it is opposite of conducting materials. So these insulating materials are provided or inserted or used in the electrical machines to isolate the two conducting parts, two or more conducting parts. If you want to separate the conducting parts, so we need to provide a in between insulating materials. So the properties of these insulating materials are behavior, or it will be decided based on their temperature, withstanding temperature, correct? So insulating materials or insulants, so one more name for that one is insulants, are extremely diverse in origin. Diverse means it is not identical or not unique, it is different, correct? Diverse in origin and properties, so they are different from each insulating materials. They are not unique or identical. The properties of insulating materials are not same, they are different. They are essentially non-metallic or organic or inorganic, uniform or heterogeneous in composition. So they are the insulating materials which are used are non-metallic, need not be a metallic part, or organic, may be organic or inorganic materials. They may be uniform or heterogeneous in composition. So they may be having a uniform composition or different composition or heterogeneous composition. They may be natural available or synthetic. Synthetic means in the laboratory, man-made, or with the help of different combination we have to prepare the insulating materials. Natural means it is naturally available in the earth, correct? So many of them are natural origin. Example, paper, so cloth, paraffin, wax, or natural resins, correct? So wide use is made of many inorganic insulating materials such as glass, ceramics, and mica. So glass, ceramics, and mica are also used as an insulating material. So they are inorganic insulating materials. Many of the insulating materials are man-made products manufactured in the form of resins, insulating films, etc. So these are all the resins, insulating films are man-made, correct? So or you can say synthetic. Silicons are insulating materials whose properties and compositions are intermediate position between organic and inorganic substances. If you consider silicon as an insulating material, it is neither organic nor inorganic substance. Its properties lies between the inorganic and organic substances. Okay. So next, electrical properties of this insulating material. So what are the electrical properties are required, which should be used for the design of electrical machines? Okay. So first one is an ideal insulating material should have high dielectric strength. So dielectric strength should be very high and sustained at elevated temperature. So it should sustain at high temperature, correct? High temperature. So second point is high resistivity or specific resistance. So high resistivity should be there and specific resistance should be high, correct? It is should not allow the current to flow through that one. So it is high resistivity. So dielectric strength, it should have high dielectric strength and specific resistance. Low dielectric hysteresis. So dielectric hysteresis is nothing but allowing the current to flow through that one, or allowing the magnetic field to generate across that one. So it should be low dielectric hysteresis. And then good thermal conductivity. So temperature conductivity or heat conductivity should be good. Next, high degree of thermal stability. Thermal stability should be high. That is, it should not deteriorate at high temperature. When the temperature is increasing, gradually increasing, it should not deteriorate, correct? So it should have high degree of thermal stability. Even if the temperature is increased, it should not deteriorate its temperature and it should withstand that one, correct? So these are all the five properties of five properties of insulating material. So this is important in the examination point of view. So in addition to above, the material should have good mechanical properties, correct? So when the machines are rotating, correct, continuously rotating, so it should have good mechanical properties such as ease of working. So working should be easier, and application should be able to withstand moisture. It should withstand the moisture content. It should be non-hygroscopic vibration. Hygroscopic means absorption of moisture. So the insulating material should not absorb the moisture. It should be non-hygroscopic vibration. So it should be abrasion. Abrasion means removing of its parts, or you can say in Kannada saveta. So it should not non-abrasion. So non-abrasion means when continuously it is operating, so it should not deteriorate. It should not lose its properties, or you can say it is saveta. Or it should be non-bending. It should not bend easily. Correct. It should also be able to withstand chemical attack. So sometimes when the machine is running or due to maintenance and also some chemicals will be poured inside. Correct. So it should also be able to withstand chemical attack, heat and other adverse conditions of service. In addition to above electrical properties, mechanical properties of the material also should be considered. So the point which is given as electrical properties. So these are all the mechanical properties. What are those? It should be ease of working and application, should be able to withstand moisture, should be non-hygroscopic about vibration, abrasion, bending, and should be able to withstand chemical attack, heat and other adverse conditions of service. So these are all the mechanical properties. Mechanical properties of the material also should be considered. It should also withstand moisture, chemical attack, heat and other conditions of proposed service. So this is the requirement of an insulating material. So now this is very important in the examination point of view, that is classification of insulating material. So these classification of insulating materials for electrical machinery and apparatus in relation to thermal stability. So based on the temperature and thermal stability, the classification of insulating materials are done. The recognized classes of insulating materials and the temperature assigned to them are as follows. So this is the table which is very important. You have to write it in the exam when it is asked what are the classification of insulating material. So class Y, or it is formally it is called as a O class. So it is having a maximum withstand temperature of 90 degree. So maximum withstand temperature of 90 degree. So class Y or O, it is called as a maximum withstand temperature is 90 degree. Class A, it is having the capacity of withstanding temperature 105 degree centigrade. Class E, it is 120 degree centigrade. Class B, it is 130 degree centigrade. Class F, it is 155, and class H 180 degree centigrade, and class C is above 180 degree centigrade. So that means what? The insulating materials which are withstanding above 180 degree centigrade, that are classified into class C. So that insulating materials which can withstand temperature up to 180 degree from 155. So 155 to 180 degree, in between whatever the insulating materials are there, they are under class H, like that. So these are all the classification of insulating materials based on their temperature withstand, or you can say that it is thermal stability. So this classification is very important. So it should be right only with these classification and with this temperature. No mixing of the class and the temperature. So next, class of materials having temperature limit lower than that of class Y. So class Y is lowest, correct. Formally it is called as a class O, correct. So lower than the 90 degree centigrade, it will not be considered for design of electrical machine. So correct. So class of materials having temperature limit lower than that of class Y is not included in this classification. Correct. So the temperature which is withstanding below 90 degree, or you can say that at an 89 degree or 88 degree, if it is starting melting, so these type of insulating materials are not classified, since the materials falling in class are not widely used in the insulation material. So in the design of electrical machines, the insulating materials which are capable of withstanding temperature from 90 and above are used in the design of electrical machines. So below 90 degrees centigrade, insulating materials are not frequently used. So it is not classified, correct. For winding for the machine transformers or switchgears, insulations may be grouped into following classes. So class Y, correct. So this insulation consists of materials or combination of materials such as cotton class Y, that is up to 90 degrees centigrade standing temperature, cotton, silk, paper without impregnation. Impregnation means mixing, or you can say that collaboration or mixing in the lab. So cotton, silk and paper without impregnation. Other materials or combination of materials can be included in this class if by experience or accepted test they can be capable of operating at class Y temperature. So any insulating materials can be included in this particular class Y such that its maximum withstanding temperature is 90 degree. So any materials or combination of materials can be included in this class. So by in the lab, if you test, then its maximum withstanding temperature is 90 degree, means then it can be included in this particular class Y. So what are the examples? Cotton, silk, paper, cellulose, wood, etc. So these are all belongs to the class Y. So at maximum 90 degree centigrade, these materials, insulating materials, can withstand the temperature. Neither impregnated or nor immersed in the oil. So they are not mixed with any other material or not immersed in the oil. Materials of class Y are unsuitable for electrical machines and apparatus as they deteriorate rapidly and are extremely hygroscopic. So normally class Y types of materials are not included in the design of electrical machines because they deteriorate rapidly. Correct. As the temperature reaches 90 degree, so their withstanding capacity is deteriorate rapidly and are extremely hygroscopic. Hygroscopic means temperature, moisture absorption. If they are extremely hygroscopic means they will absorb the moisture. So next we have to see the class A types of materials. This insulation consists of materials or combination of materials such as cotton, silk and paper when suitably impregnated. So class Y, it is not impregnated or it is not mixed with any other material. Correct. So they are not impregnated. They are not without impregnation. Correct. But in the class A classification, so cotton, silk, paper when suitably impregnated, so it is mixed. Correct. Suitably impregnated or coated when immersed in dielectric liquid such as oil. So in the class Y, they are not inserted in the oil or not impregnated, but when it is impregnated or coated when immersed in dielectric liquid such as oil, that belongs to class A. Other materials or combination of materials may be included in this class if by experience or accepted test they can be shown to be capable of operation at class A temperature. So any other materials or combination of materials which can be included in this particular class by certain test and all, if it is withstanding above 90 degrees centigrade, 105 up to 105 degrees centigrade, then that type of insulating material can be classified into class A. So examples are materials of class Y impregnated with natural resins, cellulose, esters, insulating oils, etc. So the materials which are belongs to class Y like silk, cotton and paper, they are impregnated with natural resins, cellulose, esters, insulating oils, etc. And their laminated wood, varnished paper can be also included in this class. So laminated wood, if you consider, it is withstanding up to 105 degrees centigrade, and varnished paper also, it can withstand the temperature up to 105 degrees centigrade. So these type of materials can be included in the class A. Next you have to consider the class E type of material. Class E type of material. This insulation consists of materials or combination of materials which by experience or accepted test can be shown to be capable of operating at class E temperature. So which is nothing but the type of insulating materials which are able to withstand the temperature above 105 degree centigrade. So those insulating materials will be belongs to class E. Synthetic resin enamels, cotton and paper laminates with the formaldehyde bonding, etc. So synthetic resin enamels, then cotton and paper laminates, with the formaldehyde. Cotton paper lamination with the formaldehyde bonding will be included in the class E. Correct. So that is the example. So next, class B. This insulation consists of materials or combination of materials such as mica, fiberglass, asbestos, etc. So mica, fiberglass, asbestos, which belongs to class B with suitable bonding substances. Correct. Other materials or combination of materials not necessary inorganic may be included in this class if by experience or an accepted test that can be shown to be capable of operation at class B temperature. So any other materials as by with the test you can include in the class B. So example, mica, glass fiber, asbestos with suitable bonding substances. Built up mica, glass fiber and asbestos laminates will be belongs to class B. Next, class F. This insulation consists of materials or combination of materials such as mica, glass fiber, asbestos, etc. with suitable substances as well as other materials or combination of materials not necessary inorganic which by experience or accepted test can be shown to be capable of operation at class F temperature. Example, materials of class B with the bonding materials of higher thermal stability. So the materials which are used in the class B are mica, glass fibers, glass fiber, asbestos, correct, with the suitable bonding substances. So these materials with some other materials, if you add with the bonding material, if you add to the class B group, then it will be withstanding the temperature. If it is withstanding the temperature of higher than the class B, correct, class B temperature, then it is belongs to class F, correct. So next, class H. This insulation consists of materials such as silicon elastomer and combination of materials such as mica, glass fiber, asbestos, etc. with suitable bonding substances such as appropriate silicon resins. Other materials or a combination of materials may be included in this class if by experience or accepted test they can be shown to be capable of operation at class H temperature. So example, glass fiber and asbestos material and built up mica with the silicon resins. So glass fiber, asbestos material and built up mica if you with the silicon resins will be belongs to class H. Next, class C. This insulation consists of materials or combination of materials such as mica, porcelain glass and quartz with or without inorganic binder. So mica, porcelain, glass and quartz with or without inorganic binder can be grouped into class C. Other materials or combination of materials may be included in this class if by experience or accepted test they can be shown to be capable of operation at temperature above the class H limit. So any other materials which will be able to withstand temperature above the class H, that can be belongs to the class C group, correct. Specific materials or combination of materials in this class will have a temperature limit which is depending upon their physical, chemical and electrical properties. Example, mica, ceramics, glass, quartz without binders or with silicon resins of higher thermal stability. Class C materials are not directly involved in the machine design. Class C type of materials are not used in the directly used in the design of electrical machines. So this is the classification or the example you can see. So insulation class Y, now it is O. Correct. So maximum operating temperature is 90 degrees. So example, cotton, silk, paper, wood, cellulose, fiber, etc. without impregnation or oil immersed. Correct. So class A 105 degree. So the examples are the materials of class Y impregnated with natural resins, cellulose esters, insulating oils, etc. and also laminated wood, varnished paper. So this classification with the example, and this is a this is the classification, this is temperature, maximum operating temperature, and this is the examples for each class, correct. So this is explanation of this one is very important. So class B is up to 130 degree. So example is mica, glass fiber, asbestos, etc. with the suitable bonding substances, built up mica, glass fiber and asbestos laminations. Class F up to 155 degrees centigrade. The materials of class B with more thermal resistance bonding materials. Class H 180 degree, glass fiber and asbestos materials and built up mica with appropriate silicon resins. Class C greater than 180 degree. So mica, ceramic, glass, quartz and asbestos with binders or resins of super thermal stability. So normally the temperature inside the machines will not be withstanding above 180 degrees centigrade. So the materials which are made up of class C as a insulating material will not be normally used in the design of electrical machines. So it is used between class Y to class H, you can say. Okay. So that completes the module number 1. Okay, thank you.